Welcome back, Rivals. This is Xonia, and you are in the zone. Today, I'm going to show you how to make a deck on the news site without throwing your computer or phone out your second-story window. The news site has caused a lot of people a lot of trouble, and one of the biggest things has been deck management. However, building a new deck actually isn't as bad as we've been making it out to be, and may even be better than the previous deck builder. The trick is that you really need to know what you're doing, or you're going to have an extremely difficult time with your deck management. I know my videos recently have been quite long, and as a result, I know that makes some of them hard to watch. So for this how-to video, I'd like to try and keep it short, so let's go ahead and get started. First, let's head into our collection here, and then click on the collection submenu. As this loads, let me give you a quick rundown for today's video. First, I want to give you two pieces of invaluable advice. Then, a brief deck toolbar intro. After that, we'll talk about saving presets and changing your current deck, and finally, we'll cover setting your deck. Now, before we really get into the collection page, let me give you two pieces of invaluable advice that will make using your collection much more manageable. First, never use the Add To or Remove From deck button in card view. The first thing we need to know is how to add or remove cards from our deck. That's the most basic function of deck management. On the old site, to add or remove cards from your deck, you had to click the Add or Remove Deck link under each card. Older players like me were trained to build their decks this way. Do not do this on the new site, though. Some of us prefer card view, as it is similar to the old collection page. So, let's switch it here from list to cards. Just to give you an example. Below each card is an Add or Remove button, right here. As you can see, put in deck or take out of deck. Using this Add Remove button will cause your collection to auto-refresh. We are all well acquainted with the issues that this causes so far. So, do not use this button under any circumstance. The all-knowing guru Admiral Akbar summed it up best. It's a trap. Instead, you should use the second way, which is to simply click on the card, which will then add it to your deck toolbar above. Or click to remove. This is for card view. Now for those of you who prefer list view, there is only one way to add a card to your deck, as the Add or Remove button does not exist in list mode. All you can do to add a card is to click on it. Again, clicking on the card will add or remove it. You can click anywhere on the bar, it does not have to be in the box. This will not cause your page to refresh, as you can see. Either view is fine, but do not click the button if you are in card view mode. That's my first piece of advice. My second piece of advice is filters, filters, filters. The rest of my deck building tutorial will be in card view mode. That's because I'm a visual processor, and I recognize cards much faster by their artwork than by their name. Yes, I've memorized basically all of the cards' names, but visuals are still faster for me. Plus, the new artwork is one of the few other things I like about the new site right now. When you first access your collection, filter out as many cards as you can before beginning. This is imperative, especially for those with large collections like myself. This often means that when you're building your deck, you should filter your results to be from one specific clan, and to only show the highest level versions. Here are your two filters. The one on the right is always going to be a clan. You can choose from all or any specific one. I'm going to go ahead and choose Vortex for now. Always choose your clan selection first, because it will cut down the amount of cards used fastest. The left side is the group, which will either be all your cards, doubles, not fully evolved. Down here at the bottom is best copy only. Usually these are the two that you're going to want to use. Choose a clan and then say best copy only. This will show only the highest star version of each card that you currently own. Doing this means that you will only have 2 pages at most to sort through, and usually just one if you have a smaller collection, or only collect the most useful cards from each clan. So for example, Vortex does not have 50 cards, so if I do this and then choose show 50, I can then show every single Vortex card on just one page. Your collection is a database of cards, and the more cards this new website has to find, the longer it will take, and the more frustrated you will become. That's why we choose clan first and then best copy only. This is also important because when your collection does auto-refresh, it keeps your filters, at least temporarily. If you have no filters, then it will have to refresh and display your entire collection afterward, causing a tremendous amount of lag and wait time. Filters will prevent you from both going insane and waiting a very long time, so please become familiar with them right away, and use them every time you need to do something in your collection. For the sake of the next part of our video and for the rest of our video, I'll be filtering out everything for just Vortex, so this will help clearly show the usefulness of filters for the new site, I think. Now, let me quickly explain the most important part of deck management for the new site. It's your deck toolbar, which is right here. This is the square box with the dotted line above your collection. The first important thing is that this is not your deck. This is a sandbox, a place where you can add or delete cards until you decide on your deck. It seems annoying at first maybe, but believe it or not, it's actually more useful than the old site if you utilize it well. Second, this deck toolbar is its own entity, therefore it's not directly connected to your current deck. Adding something to the toolbar does not add it to your deck. Let me repeat that one more time. Adding the card to your toolbar does not automatically add it to your current deck. As I said earlier, on the old site, we used to add cards to the deck by clicking the button under the card. Resist that urge. Instead, simply click on the card. This highlights and selects the card, placing it into your toolbar. Since we have the Vortex clan right now, let's make a new Vortex deck, one to complete their clan missions. So, let's open up two tabs. On my first tab, I'm going to go to urmissionwiki.wikidot.com. This is a site from my guildmate, RGLOA, who's also a moderator for the game. He's the most, perhaps, amazing mod in the game. Anyway, he's hosted this site for a long time, and it's a very helpful resource. Remember, urmissionwiki.wikidot.com. If you go ahead and click on Clan Missions, and then go ahead and scroll down to the clan you want, which for us is going to be Vortex today. This will go ahead and show you all of the Vortex missions. There are quite a few here, with Legendary and New Bloods listed at the bottom. The ones we're interested in are here at the top. These are all of the missions which are available to everyone for free. As soon as you obtain the card, or as soon as you start with Vortex, as long as it isn't secret, and as long as there isn't a note saying that it is dependent upon completing another mission first, you will automatically unlock all of these missions. So if we look here, there are overarching clan missions here. 500 wins, 200 life, 500 damage, 750 pills. We also have individual missions from Sunder, Dia, Krung, Drain, Seabeast, Marty, Ftan LD, Nigods, and Izabad. Now, let's go ahead and open up one more tab. I'm going to go back here just because it's a little bit easier. Under Game Missions, I'm going to right-click, open in a new tab as well. What I want to do now is I want to scroll down and I want to see which Vortex missions I don't already have completed, because I don't actually know at this moment. So let's scroll down here, click on Vortex, wait a moment for it to come up. Alright, so it looks like we've still got to get our 500 wins, we need a few more rounds with Drain, we need 750 pills. Immortal Fighters. Immortal Fighters, you can go back here and find it. Immortal Fighters, 200 life with the Vortex. So I still need to finish my 200 life mission. He Who Bore the Flag, that's going to be Ftan LD, Krung, Nigods, Dia, Marty, and Izabad. We'll keep scrolling down in case there was one I missed. Nope. Alright, so this is everyone that I'm going to need in my deck. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and make this mission deck, so why don't we go ahead and add in all of the cards that we just said that we needed in order to finish those missions. So we've said Dia. Remember to just click the card, do not click Put in Deck. We need Drain, Ftan LD, Izabad, Krung was in there as well, I believe. Marty, Nigots. I think that was everyone. Let's go ahead and check again. Yeah, Marty, Izabad, Marty, Dia, Nigods, Krung, Ftan LD, Immortal Fighters is life, and drain as well. Okay, so I think we've got everyone in that we need for our deck. So we also want to go ahead and, it looks like the largest mission that we saw was 750 pills. I do have a decent bit of a start on that, but that one's going to take me the longest most likely. So we'll go ahead and throw a Zoid, and let's see if there's anyone else in here that would be a good idea for pills. If we're going to do pills, why don't we go ahead and throw Bubblegum in here as well. Okay. Oh, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 cards. We only need 8 for our deck. Oops. We've added too many cards to our deck. Oh no, that certainly wasn't planned to help once again confirm something else about the deck toolbar. Nope, not at all. Wink wink. Wait, why did I just say that out loud? I guess it's because you can't actually see me winking at you. Wait, anyway. So, all that was to show you that when you're looking at the deck toolbar, you can also remove cards you no longer want, again, by just scrolling down and clicking on them. It will automatically remove the cards that you no longer want in your deck. Thus, this makes the deck toolbar a little better than the old site, because you can simultaneously look at your deck that you want to build or manage, and your collection at the same time. This was not possible on the old site. You needed at least 2 tabs for it, one for your My Deck page, and one for your collection. Next, as for saving your presets, now that we have our Vortex Missions deck, we definitely want to save it as a preset. So let's go ahead and click the Save As Preset button. A long list should drop down showing all of our list of current presets and asking if we want to save it as a new one. So let's go ahead and save this as a new preset. So we'll go to Create New Preset, and let's save this one as, how about Vortex Missions? Oh, aren't we just clever with our deck names? Alright, now there's one last thing that I want to go ahead and warn you about. All we have done is save it as a preset. We never said anything about making it our current deck yet, now have we? So right now, this is only a preset. This is not a deck for us. This is not our current deck. In order to make your current deck, we have to click the Set As Deck button. We're not going to do that yet though, because I want to show you, I want to prove to you that this is not our current deck. So let's look at what my current deck actually is right now. Wait a minute, how do I do that again? There's no button here. What do I do for my current deck? To be honest, this was the last thing that I learned on the new site, and it took me forever to figure this out, and I feel really silly for not realizing it earlier. However, to me, I don't think it's exactly obvious, so I'm giving myself a little bit of a break. It's simple but not so intuitive, so let's look at Load a Preset. If we click it, look there, the default option, Your Current Deck. Let's go ahead and load our current deck just so that I can prove to you that the preset we just saved is not our current deck. Here is my current deck. I'm working through my last of my Uluwatu missions and starting my upper missions now. This is my current deck right now. So if you want to manage your current deck and not change it completely, all you need to do is click the Load a Preset button and then choose the default option, which is Your Current Deck. Then, you can click cards to remove them. This is my current deck. If I want to remove some cards, look, I can remove half of the cards if I want to. Previously, on the old site, we always had to keep 8 cards on our My Deck page. But because this is not a My Deck page, this is just a sandbox, we can click to add new cards and remove them immediately, allowing us to remove cards we no longer want and to add new cards that we do want. Notice as well that the star counts and the base power and damage here, as well as which formats this deck is legal in, automatically update. This is very nice as well. Now, when we're done looking at these, why don't we go ahead and set our deck? So if we want to set our current deck, it's pretty simple. If we want to set our Vortex Missions deck as the current deck, we can go back up to Load a Preset, scroll down to our preset Vortex Missions, click that, click Load. This will load our Vortex deck that we just created. By the way, it also adds the cards to your deck in ascending order by star level. It automatically will rearrange those for you, which is really nice as well. So you go ahead and do that. We've loaded our preset, and then just click Set As Deck. Click OK to confirm, and there you go. Kate will pop up saying your selection has been set as your current deck. So, please remember that in order to access your current deck, you just need to go to Load a Preset and then choose the default option. And also, don't forget that until you set it as your current deck, it is not your current deck. Using the deck toolbar in this fashion eliminates 90% of all the needless refreshing issues that we've currently been having, especially if you've been clicking the Add to Deck button. This will also help you make decks and maneuver through your collection much faster, easier, and with much less rage quit desire. Now, before anyone says it, though some of you might not make it this far in the video, this does not mean that I think the collection page is great. We haven't even mentioned how frustrating it is to level the cards yet, or to sell them on the market. There are many improvements that still need to be made for UR to get back to the full functionality of the old website. However, making decks is actually one of the few things that may have actually improved since changing sites. If you follow my guide here, and make sure that you use filters, and never ever click the Add or Remove to or from Current Deck button. Well, that's all for my deck building tutorial. I hope you feel a little more comfortable with the new site's collection page and how to build decks using it right now. If you liked this video, then don't forget to like it and share it, and leave a comment down below if you thought this was helpful or if there's anything you think I forgot or left out. And don't forget to subscribe for more of my Urban Rivals videos. This is Xonia, and you've been in the zone.